Viewers, let's talk about the Hindu phobia that ecosystem would not want you to see. Top Congress leader and Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's recent claim that Hinduism lacks equality and fuels conversions due to untouchability. It is a glaring symptom of a larger problem, and that larger problem is Hindu phobia. This is no isolated jab, and it should not be seen as that. This is part of a vicious, orchestrated pattern to vilify Sanatan. Because there are other examples of what has been said. And they will say this about Sanatan while other faiths escape similar scrutiny. So let's expose the blatant double standard and ask, why is it so easy to ridicule one faith and not others? Let's be clear, Hinduism, like any ancient system, has faced challenges, but it's also the faith that gave us the Bhakti movement, saints like Basavanna and thinkers like Adi Shankaracharya, who reshaped society while rooted in the ethos of Sanatan. But to reduce Sanatan viewers to a caricature of inequality is not just ignorant, it is more than malicious. It is a narrative that paints Hindus as perpetual oppressors. So on what basis does this ecosystem claim Hinduism alone lacks equality? And why is this linked to convergence, ignoring their historical coercion under invasions or missionary incentives? This is not new. Viewers, let's rewind to other anti-Sanatan remarks. Udyanidhi Stalin called for eradicating Sanatan Dharma, comparing it to dengue malaria. You had somebody from the DMK, a minister there, at a public event mocked Sanskrit ritual chants. Imagine the outrage if a leader said that about Islam or Christianity. Would any politician, viewers, dare equate Eid prayers or Christmas hymns or other practices associated with the Semitic faiths with such venom? Think about it, viewers. The silence speaks volumes. This selective targeting is no accident. This is a toolkit deployed to erode the cultural confidence of a civilization. From Jawaharlal Nehru's dismissal of Hindu rituals as superstition to today's attacks on the UCC, for example, that is called majoritarian. The pattern is clear. Hinduism is a fair game while other faiths are untouchable. Question caste, it's a Hindu problem. And you talk about polygamy or gender disparities in other personal laws, and that is bigotry, interference. So let's not be misled. This is not criticism. This is out and out Hindu phobia. And let's talk about convergence. If inequality drives them, why no scrutiny of the missionary tactics offering rice bags for school admissions? Why? Why no mention of the Mughal era forced conversions? What was happening then? Inequality? The ecosystem silence on these is deafening, but will they eagerly, and they are doing it, they are eagerly weaponizing Hinduism's internal reforms. No other faith has matched in scale to paint it as backward. So let's first demand equality in discourse, viewers. Sample the reactions.
ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯಾನಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕೆಲವರು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪರಿಣಾಮವಾಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ? ಸಮಾನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸಮಾನತೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ अस्पृश्यता ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು?
लेट्स ओपन दिस अप. अश्विनी जी, इसमें भी कुछ बताइए आप. हिंदुइज्म में इनइक्वालिटी इसीलिए कन्वर्जन होते हैं.
Pranesh, you asked this question, why we do not talk about other illegal practices across different religions. Why should we talk about illegal practices across religion? There is a law to be handling that, right? That there's a law. We should be handling all those issues. What we are talking as in Hindu here is, I am a proud Hindu and I love Hinduism. Having said that, there are malpractices in every religion, and criticizing them only will improve the conditions further. There used to be Sati Pradhan.
एक बात बताइए, if you are such a proud Hindu, 1 minute, if you are such a proud Hindu, Ashwini ji, do you endorse comments like Sanatan is dengue, HIV. Sir, ये criticism है.
You are again putting that out of context. However, we criticize that point of time as well.
उसमें क्या है context? What is the context in it? When you call Sanatan HIV dengue, what is the context there? There is no context. Then don't look for context. Tariq bhai, is this right to say what Siddaramaiah has said?
No, first of all, answer my question. First, my simple question is to you. That we have seen that there had been conversion in India. People had converted to Buddhism, to Islam and to other religion. What was the reason behind that? There must be some reason. There must be some reason. Give me those reasons. What was those?
Sir, it's a personal choice. आप convert कर सकते हैं. Who's stopping you? But why link it to inequality in Hinduism? एक बात बताइए, अगर inequality होती तो अखिलेश यादव अभी क्या हो जाते? कुछ और हो जाते ना?
I'm not saying, I'm just asking.
I'm telling you,
reason? There must be.
When Mughals were converting people, by the force of sword, वहां पे कौन सा inequality था, sir?
Mughals were responsible. Now, at the time of Ashoka, people had converted to Buddhism. What was the reason behind that? What was the
it's a
reason behind
choice.
that?
If you want to, no, 1 minute. If you want to, you can. But why say that this is because of inequality, Karan?
No. Now, he's raised a very sensitive issue, Pranesh, Tariq ji. I don't want to hurt anyone's sentiments, but certain facts have to be put on record. The history of conversion in this great country of ours has been a brutal and a bloody one. People like Akbar, they proclaimed in Fateh-Nama Chittor, proclaiming themselves proudly that today I have massacred 30,000 Hindus and converted many at Chittor. Tipu Sultan, a proclamation of conversion, he even converted dead bodies, Pranesh. That is the level to which these people were. And they've given references to their texts with quotes as to what inspired them to do that. I don't want to get into that because Tariq Saab would be embarrassed by that. I don't want to do that in the interest of maintaining brotherhood. But for Ashwini ji to say, Pranesh, we don't agree with this. September 2023, Priyank Khadge, when he was asked that Stalin has said that Sanatan needs to be eradicated, it is like a dengue and malaria, he said it is as good as a disease. Anything that doesn't promote equality is as good as a disease. How dare he say that? And how dare you allow him to say this, and how dare you keep an alliance with this? You have the guts in our country to say an entire faith should be eradicated.
Why are you out? वो बोल रहे हैं there was context to it.
I'm telling you the context. He was asked that Stalin has said that Sanatan is as good as dengue, malaria. Should it be eradicated? He said yes. Anything that doesn't promote equality is as good as a disease.
There you go.
It is not fit to be called religion. His exact words, I'm telling you. And what has this person said today? So, Pranesh, the design is very clear, and I asked him a question. Tell me one faith which says what Sanatan says, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramya. Sab sukhi rahe, sabka bhala ho. Ye equality ki baat hai na? Tell me one sentence which is similar to that in any other faith. And one more, Pranesh, one more. They keep talking about secularism. Tell me one excerpt of another faith which says, Ekam sat vipraha bahuda vadanti. Truth is one. You are free to seek it in whatever way you can. एक जगह दिखा दीजिए जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ना करता हो बिलीवर और
अश्विनी जी, अब आप उसको ढूंढते रहिए, कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. जो ये बोल रहे हैं सही बोल रहे हैं. मुझे अब्दुल रजाक खान से एक सवाल पूछना है. औरंगजेब अशोका को छोड़ देते हैं अभी. रलीब गलीब चलीब, कन्वर्ट, डाई और लीव, ये क्या था सर? इसमें क्या कॉन्टेक्स्ट था?
The CM is highlighting a social reality. He is not insulting Hinduism. Why are you shying away? This is a social reality.
मैंने तो बोला सर, let's talk about all faith. Abdul bhai, I am not shying away from anything. Let's discuss. Are you ready to discuss?
In Hinduism, is it? Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
तो ये बताइए, रलीब गलीब चलीब क्या था सर? ये कौन सा फेथ था?
जी 800 साल पहले.
बट डोंट गो 800 years.
छोड़ दीजिए ना.
मैं आपको अभी का बता रहा हूं. 90s में कश्मीरी हिंदूज वर फोर्स्ड आउट ऑफ देयर हाउसेज. उनको होमलैंड से बाहर कर दिया सर. जेनोसाइड हो गया. वहां पे ये नारा चल रहा था लाउड स्पीकर पे, कन्वर्ट और डाई. So go, please tell your chief minister this. And if you want to have a discourse, like I said, let's start by talking about all faith without any fatwa of fear. Then don't shy away. I'm sorry we've run out of time, but viewers, this is a debate that keeps coming up and we should not be shy away from discussing it. And like Abdul Razak Khan is saying, that let's have a conversation, tell those people who send out weekly fatwas to be tolerant of a discussion on this. The news are with Navika Kumar on the other side.